Welcome to Whispering Pines Farm's YouTube channel. My name is Jennifer Johnson and I raise Shetland sheep for their wool. This video I'm going to be skirting a fleece from a UNR flock. Her name is Audie, and her fleece is going to be offered in my fleece auction. So once I finish skirting it and photographing it, I will go ahead and put the listing up and it'll show up on my website. Audie is a black ewe. She's 6 years old, so she's one of the more up there age-wise ewes in our flock. This fleece she's provided is enormous and gorgeous. This is a really nice black fleece, and black tends to look like a rusty brown from the top before you get to see the the wool underneath the tips. So it's just a sun bleaching that occurs. So the interesting thing about Audie, that when you look at our flock, the older ewes are sometimes ewes that are, you can see our evolution into where we are today as far as fleece quality. So if you're not familiar with our farm and our program, we're breeding for a very specific type of fleece that has fine crimp, very low micron, very little variation from neck to breech, and breeding for ewes who do not get coarser as they age. So a very specific focus on a specific type of wool. And we don't ever say it's the right way, the right type, because it isn't. There's all sorts of things you can breed for. It's what we like. And I'm also kind of gravitating more towards more solid fleeces versus spotted. We used to like spotted sheep because they were so cool looking and kind of hard to find. But as I've become more focused on wool, this to me is sheer perfection. This is a enormous Roo'd fleece from our Audie. And just because she's a nice, big, healthy girl. Her spinning fineness, 24.4, still under that 28 threshold where wool becomes too scratchy to wear next to your skin. But I can feel it compared to some of those, 22, 23 fleeces, micron fleeces that I've been working on. I'm just going to take that whole schmear right off. Any wool that I'm removing, I'm putting in a bag that's going to go to the mill and get turned into comb top. And that's just because my skirtings, if they're not super caked with dirt, are definitely a good quality to go into a comb top prep. All right, that's pretty much all I think I needed to take off of this beautiful fleece. Roo'd fleeces do look a little bit bigger than sheared, so if she had been sheared, this fleece would probably be compact by about 25, it would be 25% less. It would be more together, and that's just because when I'm rooming it, I sort of separate because I'm pulling one lock at a time, and the base kind of puffs up and it just sort of makes the whole thing look a little bit bigger than it is. Okay, let's get some photographs. So Audie, she's out of Itasca. It was one of the first ewes that we sourced. We bought her because we realized we wanted to go to a finer fleece from what we'd been breeding. And I don't know. We have a huge debt to Itasca. She was one of we call it the foundation ewes. So a lot of stuff, a lot of rams came out of her. And Audie was one of them. I think if I've got any lambs here, any offspring of hers, but I can't think. All right, so when I'm looking at this, I'm seeing there's little gray, silvery bits to her fleece. Compared with like one of my younger ones, Paulina, let's say. It could just be the shine from the lanolin, but I'm pretty sure I'm looking at little gray hairs in there. It feels nice. It's not as super fine as some of the other ones, but the thing is with that, it might be an easier fleece to spin, because some of those super fine ones, if you're, really particular, they're really, it's just a different type of spinning to get a smooth lock. A little bit of grease there, so I had to de-grease my hands before I got the camera up here. There's the back. And now I'm going to do a close-up on the lock. The other thing I'm noticing when I look at Audie's fleece, again, as a older ewe, and kind of reflecting on our evolution as a breeder, is she does have more variation in the breech. The breech definitely to me looks like it might be a 1/2 to 1 micron coarser than the wool where we ended up taking the sample, if that makes sense. Okay, so a split lock shot right out here. And then we're going to pull a lock. I don't think I Roo'd her last year, so this, oh, nice. 3 inches for sure. Let's take a look. Yeah. 2.5, 2.5. Staple that to my reference card, which stays in a folder by my desk. I look at this all through the year for different things. So I'm going to put 2.5 for the staple length. Definitely going to sell this fleece. I want to roll it up and get my final weight. I don't like my hands to feel like they got stuff on them. Like I can't stand wearing lotion, putting lotion on. I'm washing my hands all the time. Surprised they're not drier than they are. Probably because I'm doing all this stuff. So when you spin up this fleece, you're going to get the benefit of these pretty silvery highlights, as well as these coppery tips. I don't know if I said this yet, but I would definitely flick or comb this one. And even though a lot of that copper bronze color is going to come off as waste, you're still going to get some of it. And oh my goodness, I love the way that looks. The black yarns, which I'd love to show you one, but I am never able to keep black yarn in inventory. It sells out really rapidly. Even though everybody tells me that black is really difficult to knit with, there must be some sort of like enchantment that comes over people when they, I don't know. That's a big fleece. All right, let's get a weight on this one. I'm kind of curious to see how much we took off. $39.2. I got about 2 ounces came off. I just have this little overreach thing when I'm rewinding. I'll have to make sure next year not to do that because I'd rather not have to do any skirting at this point with a Roo'd fleece. Remind me if you would. All right, well that is Audie's fleece. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for stopping by and I hope you can come back soon.